This would be Friday, August 22nd, which is like September, but differently. We are going to finish talking about the project, which you're going to start presenting next week. Then we're going to talk about the tie game, and then we're going to talk about house points, and we'll move on from there. Did that. For those of you at home, that's the Pig Latin. You know how to try to do it, look it up. It's a magical thing on the internet. You should know how it works because you're on it right now. The poster, the checklist for that, they're trying to help you out. And some of you guys learn going through here. Don't ask me how many adjectives are supposed to be on there, because what will I do if you ask me?
Say 12.
It was a different number for each kid, Madison.
Unless
But
a
yes,
smart person in your group tells you it's
I will
25.
lie to you because you already have the information. You're just too lazy to look, which means I get to make it up. Did that there too. All right. For the presentations, we're going to begin the presentations next week. My goal is not Monday, because we're going to do a pre-test on Monday. The one we're going to do today, I'm going to bump to Monday, which means I'm going to bump the presentation beginning to Tuesday. So Tuesdays we're going to get a chance to begin. So on the off chance that you are not done with your poster for some reason, you will get a chance to finish it after you have your pre-test. Once you finish it, the extra time, then you should be good to go. My recommendation is bring something to work on for when you get done, because for some of you guys, you might go through the pre-test pretty quickly. For others of you, you might not. And if everybody gets done with the pre-test in good time, we will celebrate by starting your presentations. That'll be the best celebration ever. Here's how the presentations are going to work. You are going to be in your group of 4 to 5 people, and I will have my podium pushed all the way back up here against the wall. So my podium will be out of the way. And then we are going to have this standing up here in the front area, which is my little pedestal. And then you're going to have this chair next to it. And there's going to be 2 X's on the ground over here. When you, and I'm going to steal your poster. Thank you for volunteering. Grab this up before it falls. Grab this up before it falls. What's going to happen is you're going to have 2 people coming up here, you and your partner. The person who is doing the talking is going to stand on the pedestal. So you are higher up so that we can see you while you are talking. And this raises it up, plus it makes it that much more nerve-wracking because you have nothing to hide behind. My podium, podium, will be behind you, and you will just be standing up here. You will have a little note card you get to fill in. And I'm going to give you a note card because you're not going to bring up your notebook. You're going to transfer all of that stuff onto a note card on Monday, and that'll become your homework from Monday to Tuesday, because you don't get to bring up your notebook. And if you lose your note card or don't fill out the note card, then you get nothing to use. So you'll be standing up here with your little note card. The person you're talking about, so if I were to be going through and doing my speech about Haley, I'd be talking. Haley will be over here on this chair so that she's even higher into the air, which serves a couple purposes. One, the person you're talking about will be holding this poster up for everybody to see. 2, because you're talking about them, we want to see them as you give us all the information. So it brings them a little bit higher up to have a better view of them. 3, this person doesn't have to talk. They just stand here and smile. Now, while they're up here smiling, they cannot hide behind the poster. So if you're being spoken about and your poster starts to creep north, and starts going up there because the people are staring at you, then I'm going to say, hey, lower the poster. And you're going to go, and it comes back down. The other reason I have the person up here is it makes it a little bit easier on this person, because this person's freaking out trying not to die because they're talking in front of the class. But see, everyone's going to be staring at this person, which makes it a little bit easier on this person. So it's mean but nice at the same time. You're standing up here freaking out, but they're staring at them, so you get to sort of share the burden of freaky outiness. So you're going to go through and do all the talking while you're up here, and then you switch. You'll switch places, step down, step up there. Mr. Brovicast, what if I fall off the chair? Well, then you're probably going to get hurt. Aim for the person, whoever's sitting in this front spot, and if you're lucky, you'll bounce off of them. If not, then you're probably going to hit the ground. Last I checked, it's hard. So my recommendation is don't fall. Mr. Brovicast, has anyone ever? Yeah, of course they have. Kids are special. I just don't recommend it's you. So you'll go back and then you'll rotate who does it. While you're doing that, the other 2 people in your group will be standing over here on the X's that are on the ground. They're not there now, so don't look. Just use imagination. And there are going to be 2 X's on the ground. Those 2 people can't lean against my bookshelves, because that'll make me grumpy. And you can't talk to the people who are right here in this area, because that'll also make me grumpy. So you have to just stand there and just awkwardly be like, and just stand there, and then you're going to rotate through. Once we get done, And everybody has then given their speech. We are going to clap for them. And when we do a clap, we're going to do a Brovie clap. Because if not, apparently kids have no idea how to clap properly. And the Brovie clap is I'll say something complimentary like, hey, you didn't die. Which is very complimentary. And then we're going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we clap 3 times. Clap, clap, clap. Like little robots. It's adorable. So we'll practice once for me. Mr. Broviak, you're awesome. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. There you go. And we'll clap 3 times for them. They're like, hey, clap for me. And they'll get down and we'll rotate to the next group. Do we get to volunteer? If you want to. If not now, Tuesday. But if you want to volunteer, come Tuesday. All it takes is one person to volunteer your entire group. So if 3 people don't want to go, and one person's like, it's my group, that whole group volunteers. Now, whoever volunteers the group has to speak first. You can't volunteer your group and be like, yeah, I'm going to go last. That's not the way the game is played. So you volunteer your group, you speak first, but then you're dragging all of them with you. And then if we have more than one group that wants to go first, well, then we'll just have like a battle in the middle of the floor or some other random method. That'll be the presentation. That'll probably take us Tuesday and Wednesday to get done, and then Thursday we can move on. Samantha.
Are we allowed to write our notebook stuff onto note cards?
No, because I'm going to give you the note card.
Okay.
And so the note card is not a normal note card. It's actually got like blanks for all the information.
Okay.
Trust me, I got your back. Yeah,
So do we just read like what we wrote?
pretty much.
That's it.
For this one, I'm not working on the big, well, later on, we'll work on real speech skills like introductions and stuff like that. For now, we're working on, it's the second week of school and we're trying not to pass out and people stare at us. So eventually we'll build up to other stuff. For this one, you're just going to have the note card and you're just going to give us the information and then try not to die at the same time. We'll work on the real skills later. That's your presentations that we'll get a chance to go through. And a lot of your grade is going to come off of how well did you follow directions. When you turn that blue piece of paper over and you look at the back side, it has all the lines on there. That's what I'm using to grade you. Part of your grade comes from your poster. Did you follow the directions? The other part is going to come from your speech. And the speech will be mostly, did you follow directions? So that whole yellow sheet you had to do before was just training you to follow directions. If you do that, you get a good grade. If you have issues following directions, not such a good grade. Alright, next up, for the tie game. Here's how the tie game is going to work. I don't wear ties on Fridays. It's my no tie Friday. All the other days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I will wear a tie. I have over 400 ties. It's a lot, which means I don't repeat ties throughout a year. Once I wear a tie once, I don't wear that same tie again until the next year. So I theme my ties, and my ties will all have something in common. So what you have to do is try to figure out what my ties have in common. It could be that they're all ties from movies. They could all be ties from rock bands. They could all be ties from superheroes. Maybe they're all ties that have letters on them. That's up to you to figure out. You will only get one guess per week. So if you guess early in the week and you mess it up, you're out of luck till the next week. Now, the earlier in the week you guess, the more points you get. So if you guess on Monday, you get 4 points. Tuesday, 3 points. Wednesday, 2 points. Thursday, 1 point. Can we guess on Friday? Sure. Because what's the next number after 1? 0. And you can guess on Friday all you want. If you come on Friday, I'll have the answer written on the big screen over here. Now, when you guess, and here's where I'm going to recommend you take your notebook and you turn to that front page that has the big X on it, and you're going to want to write this information on there, because I don't take your guess if it does not have these 4 things on there. If you come later and ask me, Mr. Broviak, what's supposed to be on our tie guess? What am I going to do? Lie. Because that means you were lazy and didn't write stuff down. So here's where you get to prevent future laziness. Now, on the off chance that you forget to write it down, it is written down over there on that box on the corner of my desk, because that's the tie guessing box. The one that's right over yonder. And you're more than welcome, is that Kyra? So you can touch the box. Yay, that box! You can, right, it's written on top of that box, and you're more than welcome to look there if you want. The 4 things you have to have, and it doesn't matter what order they're in, as long as you have these 4 things, would be your name, so I know who you are, first name and last name. No last name, no points. I need your first name and last name. Then, the day you're guessing. It can either be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or you can write the date. August 21st, August 20th, August 19th, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm fine either way. Then you're going to write down your class period, so I know what class period you're in. This is where a lot of kids lose their points, because they don't know what class they're in. Mr. Brovicast, you're joking, right? I'm not. It is scary how many kids have no idea what class period they're in. In that case, if you write down the wrong class period, you get no points. The last thing you write down is what your guess is. The more specific you are, the better off you'll do, because eventually you're competing with other kids, and whoever has the better answer wins. So the more specific you can be, the better off you're going to be. And we're going to do some examples in just a moment to try and show you. So those are the 4 things. Now, answers it will never be, and you can write this down too, it's going to help you. It'll never be black, it'll never be white, it'll never be one specific color. You cannot guess a color, because black and white are going to go on every tie, because they use it to outline stuff. Color is just a wussy thing. I have kids just randomly pick yellow. Get lucky, get lucky, get lucky. So that's not actually thinking it through. So I won't make it a color. It'll always be something else. So don't guess a color. The only exception is you can guess black and white, because I might wear all black and white ties for a week. That you could do. And so that would be like the only exception for it. And there is every chance I have a couple weeks I could do black and white ties. But everything else, it'll never be just a color. Anna?
What do we get for guessing?
If
oh,
you
yeah, points. Never mind.
Fun game. And you just get the B points. Now, you won't find out you won until the end of the week. So if you guess on Monday, and you can't come and ask me, did I win? I won't tell you until Friday. The reason being, if Patrick guesses on Monday, and I go, you're right, then every day Patrick's like, I know the answer. You give me $1, I'll tell you the answer. And so you can sell your answer the rest of the week. So I won't tell you until Friday. You have to wait the whole week to find out. So as an example, we'll turn off. Michaela, you've just been trained. Turn off one light. Exciting stuff. All right. So if you guess on Monday, how many points would you get?
4.
4. So if I were to start off with my silver surfer tie, what guess could you do? You could do surfing. Could definitely work. Now, Adam.
Supervillains.
You could do supervillains.
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four, because he wasn't a Fantastic Four. So any of those could work. Or you could hold on to your guess, because you only get 1. So if you feel strong, you throw and you go for it. If not, you hold on to the guess and wait till later. Adam?
I want to see if I feel stupid because I think I just called him a supervillain. Is he?
Superhero, really.
Yeah.
But in the Fantastic Four movie, it was a little confusing. That's why I could go either way. But it was a movie, so they didn't really follow the comic books. I'm not going to expect you guys to know that. Not all of you guys have a collection. I'll forgive you. Tuesday. How many points would you get?
3.
Now I have. Some of you feel a little bit stronger. Have I knocked out any of the guesses yet?
Yes.
What guesses have been knocked out?
Villains.
Yeah, super villains would probably be knocked out because the Fantastic Four should definitely knocked out. And surfing would be knocked out because they don't really surf. Although you could argue the Human Torch kind of surfaces on flames. That was a bit of a reach, but if you guess on Wednesday, how many points do you get?
2.
So now what is it looking like? Superheroes. That's knocked out the Fantastic Four, stuff like that. If you wait to the last day to guess, what is it going to be?
1.
What is that?
M&M's.
What?
Things you like.
Those are colors.
Uh,
Abby Q?
letters.
Nicely done. They all have letters on them.
Oh.
And a direction you wouldn't even have thought at the very beginning. And so stuff like that, you have to look for the idea. So sometimes I will get crafty and see how abstract your thinking might be. We'll make it a little bit easier. If you guess on Monday, how many points?
4.
So now I have my Winnie the Pooh tie. So now, keep an idea of what you have, what you want your guess to be. Alright?
100-acre
So,
woods.
or if you don't want to guess, don't have a guess yet, it's up to you. If you go on Tuesday, how many points?
3.
Those are colorful frogs.
Oh, I know.
On Wednesday, how many points?
2.
Oh, I know it.
Dogs. And then Thursday, how many points?
1.
Oh, I like that.
I know it.
Are these really on?
straw ties that I hide from my closet for pictures. So you can definitely do animals on that one. So that gives you an idea of the different things that you can do. One more you have, if I were to start with Winnie the Pooh, I could go a different direction. And then have penguins as my next one. And then do SpongeBob. And then do that. And that was, that one actually, I didn't like that one. Make that one go away. On that one, I think it was colored, because I used to do colors way back when. I forgot to take that one off there. That's how the tie game works. I will begin the tie game next week. When you want to guess, you will take a piece of paper of your own. The piece of paper should be about the size of a half sheet of paper, to give you an idea. It should be bigger than a note card, by around a half sheet of paper to give you an idea. Because if it's too small, I won't notice it. If you write it on like a little tiny scrap the size of your pinky nail and you put it into there, I'm going to pull out the other words and you're just like, it just disappears. I'm like, well, where's mine? I'm like, I have no idea. So at least a half sheet of paper so that I can hold on to it and you just stick it into the box that's over there and then you'll be good to go. Jackson.
Oh, I was just going to say that about the try challenge.
And for this is the try challenge. Basically what it is we get points. For those of you who have read your Harry Potters or watched your Harry Potter movies, it's along those same lines. What you're doing is we have houses, and you guys are in the hero's house, and then there's a star's house, and there's a globetrotter house, and we're in a competition to see who wins. Whichever team has the most points at the end of the year gets the trophy. That's what the trophy looks like. So far, this is our 4th year of doing it. We've had 3 winners. 2 of them were us. Last year, the Stars won. So it was the first year that we did not win this one because I like winning. And so you get points for basically like B points, but for the whole team. The more good thing kids you do, like today, going to the dance, we get a point for every kid that goes to the dance today. So if you go to the dance, you need to come see me, and then I will mark you off on my list, and that way we know that we get points. So anytime that we have like a dress-up day, as far as like spirit wear, we get points for that. Every time you make a school team, like the volleyball team, cross-country team, we get points for it. And so all of these things that you do, if you make an honor roll, we get points for it. So we get all of these points. That's how we have this constant competition between all of the teams. What do you win? Bragging rights and this giant cup that goes between the team and team. Just like any other sport, what do you win when you win? Bragging rights. And the fact that you know you're better than the other teams. I need your posters before you leave.